So we get to the halcyon days of high school. When I was starting out, the popular theory said it was their mom and dad that screwed a person up. But if you really want to screw someone up, I say, send them to high school. I bet your school locker was a real mess. You were one of those organized chaos types, right? Okay, let's move on. I'm going to throw out some words. Nod when they fit how you were at school. Shake your head if they don't. Ready? Jock.
Abso-fucking-lutely not.
Next. Slut.
Does this look like a sexy motherfucker to you?
Drunk. Virgin.
No comment. I get all the pussy.
Bully.
No, I don't bully.
And slacker.
Oh yeah, I am definitely a slacker.
Okay, let's take a different tack. On the table, I've laid out a blank timetable and some cards with lessons on them. Pick out the lessons to show me your perfect school day. Don't leave any empty. There are only 4 periods, and I've allocated a very generous lunch.
Thank fuckity goodness. Greetings, I am Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to Silent Hill Shattered Memories for the PlayStation 2, PS3, Dreamcast, and Wii. Actually, it was only for 2 of those consoles. Whatever. I think maybe the only 2 ones that really have any sort of impact on your psychological profile is mainly the sex ed one, for obvious reasons. But yeah, this is basically something you can just sort of allocate in any one you want. I don't really know if any of them have any particular significance other than the painfully obvious one, but again, that's also why I encourage you to answer this whole thing truthfully. Anyway, how you doing? You, feeling good, dudes and dudettes, watching this video? Snuggled up this winter season, in a nice warm blanket, drinking some coffee, or cocoa, or hot chocolate, whatever's your poison, just tucked in, ready for some more shattered memories. I don't really know why I'm really saying that, it's just kind of the vibe that this sort of thing elicits, really.
Nice. If that was all there was to it, it would have been a breeze, wouldn't it? Come on, let's talk more about the bad stuff that happened at school.
Yes, let's talk about all the hardships and suffering you went through during school. Yeah, to comment a little bit on about that, I never want to return to my high school years. Good fucking god, whatever. Anyway, Harry Mason. Yeah, basically we're back at the school, we're on the hunt for Cheryl, and ostensibly, well, we're not going to be getting to the school this part. I mean, we will be sort of going inside it, question mark, but we won't be clearing the school in the way in which, well, you know, we won't be getting to the main bulk of it until the next part. This is mainly, I guess in a similar manner to that of Silent Hill 1 and 2, it's more of an explore around, investigate, fuck aroundy part. Again, a lot of what this serves to do is mainly to get you to explore the environment, call up a bunch of different phone numbers, get a bunch of different flavor text, and also to influence your psychological profile if you want to go for a specific ending. And after having done a bit of research into it, like, it's affected in a lot of different ways that you might expect, particularly in terms of what you do to get the different endings, really, but again, don't want to spoil that because that's kind of going into endgame territory, but needless to say, as I've said so many times in the past, so many different things come into play here. And given that this is a bit of a fuck-around part, I do apologize if I don't really have a lot to say around here. It's just, well, again, and it comes, I guess a lot of that also comes down to pacing, gameplay, and the events that we're kind of seeing unfold right here. In this case, you've seen pretty much all there is to the core gameplay. You know, nightmare sequences, explore around, therapy. But I will say that what Silent Hill Shattered Memories does to keep things fresh is really the points in which it allows you to, you know, the points in which it allows you to influence your psychological profile, which will, in turn, change a couple of things around here and there. Like, I mean, you might have seen it before with Sybil Bennett and all that, but again, a lot of stuff can change, and, well, I guess I'll probably use an example of that with a certain other character we'll be meeting by the end of the next part, so yippee-yo, ka. By the way, that number doesn't actually mean anything. It's not a phone number, it's just... I think it's meant to be like the ratings for the girls left by the jocks. One of them may in fact be Tammy. And again, like with all things in Shadow Memories, this is also subject to change, depending on your comma, because I've heard a very different variant of this phone message in other playthroughs, and as well as some of my own, actually.
Drunken Fun 101. It's Tammy. Someone there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in one of the previous phone messages I had with Tammy, usually she would, like, list off a group of the guys and Harry would stay completely silent. Which I suppose does add a bit of dissonance to it, because, like, in some phone messages, you know, like the ones that are mandatory for the plot, Harry will usually respond with, you know, lines of dialogue, but otherwise he'll just be sort of, well, silent. Couldn't really tell you why. What is this? It seems we have gotten a little phone message about, the choking game. And, yeah, the choking game, otherwise known as autoerotic asphyxiation, funky chicken, space monkeys. Well, I mean, I wouldn't put it past teenagers to do dumb shit, because, God knowing, especially during my school years, there was some pretty dumb kappa shit going on with a lot of the random bits of bullshit, especially throughout the 2010s, and I don't see that stopping, because teenagers being dumb is an eternal affliction, as we're about to soon see here with our strobe lights going bon.
Why can't you be relaxed with me, like you should? Is it your parents' house? You don't want to do it there? Maybe there's other places. Why you gotta be so frigid?
Yeah, come on, why would you show me your titties?
God, I feel fucking disgusting for saying that. I shall shank myself and commit suicide, because that's what I deserve. Anyway, that was, there is actually a bit of a running theme to, that dude and the girl who was trying to grope in the car. And, I guess, well, again, I can't remember if I learned this or at some place or another, or if we're gonna figure it out a bit later, but yeah, that dude's name is, Steve. But again, we don't have any time to learn about it now, because our strobe light is acting up again. As we've seen with that gust of wind with the dude. Yeah, it seems that, Space Monkeys is afflicting everybody nowadays. Especially with the dude's brother who died. Again, like, some of these... It's kind of a weird thing to say, but, like, I mean, some of these events might not seem related, but again, it does tie in with the overall plot, even if it does feel a little bit, incidental to the, you know, overall scheme of things.
Just like my plastic perfect girl.
Well, not really. I find that about as arousing as a bowl of noodles, but whatever. And again, like, I mean, I just think the way in which Shadow Memories really delivers all this, it, like, when you're first playing it, it feels unrelated and, you know, more so something that helps to flesh out the town, which, you know, it does, especially when you take the game's huge plot twist in mind, but at the same time, I just really love it, because, like, like, if I can put it in brief, the game's sense of world building is excellent. Like, I mean, it's not done in the, well, it kind of is and kind of isn't done in the usual way that Silent Hill does it, but it makes this town feel alive. And I think because of that, it makes exploring these environments, even if you're not dealing with enemies or having any, anything that's more traditionally video gamey, just sort of, like, I don't know, interrupt the pace or kill your immersion to the game, so... I don't know, like, I mean, it just goes to show that Shadow Memories really does, like... The concepts it was playing with, like, I'd say, even for as rough as it is, excuse me, even as rough as it is right now, they really had something going here. But what is this? We have a depressed hooker.
Sorry, I hit you. I guess I was just mad at myself. You look so much like my daughter. Just put the wig back on and let's go upstairs.
I mean, it is tragically realistic of stuff that happens in the real world, but, isn't there meant to be regulations, like, again, well, I suppose I wouldn't really stop, life of a prostitute, I can't imagine being that easy. Although, I mean, you would have thought that there probably would have been regulations in place to protect their girls from getting palmed by particularly vindictive customers like that. But, again, I can't really say for certain. I've never indulged in any of those services. I haven't worked in the industry because, well, again, as I said earlier, does this motherfucker look like a pimp to you? No. He's a junkie. What? Anyway. Like, again, like, all these different things, like, I mean, you don't have to stop around and smell the roses, you can just continue right off to Midwich High School. But, again, the fact that you can just call these numbers, even at random, makes for a lot of nice flavor text, and I guess in a way, I guess in the way that this game was meant to be set up as getting casual players into the series, it works.
Hi, this is Candy at the Honey Trap. If you're looking for a once-in-a-lifetime experience every night of the week, this is the place to be. Our girls are hand-picked for their unparalleled beauty and their dedication to the arts of pleasure. For 45 minutes with a Honey Trap Beauty, the charge is $300. This does not include drinks. We offer a members deal that awards discounts and priority booking. Ask about it on your next visit.
I really do have to wonder, well, I mean, besides, you know, this day and age of the internet, I really do have to wonder how exactly these particular services end up really being able to be sold. Like, I mean, the closest I really seem to remember, like, back in the day was mainly through, like, the classified ads in the newspaper with, like small little ads dedicated to adult services where, I don't know, they'll work you good. I don't know. It sounds like a bit of an odd duck, really, but yeah, like, I mean, in terms of exploration, I'd say that this... Well, I mean, I'd say that the areas you go through are linear, more or less, but at the same time, like, the game does a decent job of making the areas feel open and expansive to a certain degree. And, like, I mean, given the nature of Shadow Memories to, you know, call phone numbers and explore around different buildings and call a bunch of different numbers, because, I mean, I can just say that, like, I mean, I haven't even covered the vast amount of what you can see here, so... I mean, consider this a testament to Shadow Memories and how open it is. Like, there are a bunch of different optional numbers you can call, different things to see and look at. Again, it's fantastic. And I suppose to pad things out just a little bit further, consider this sort of game a bit of a test commentary, because I was never really sure if I wanted to do games like Heavy Rain on the channel. In fact, initially I was actually going to do this and Fahrenheit, both in tandem actually, as a bit of a Winter Wonderland duo, but I kind of scrapped that because I wanted to see how I did at a more story-based game like Shadow Memories, you know, in terms of talking over cutscenes and interacting with the game in a playful manner, so I don't know. If Shadow Memories turns out decently, well, again, we might just have something new on hand. But I mean, if not, then I'll probably sans that idea, because again, I think I probably know a little bit more about Silent Hill than I do Mr. Cage and his wild ride. But anyway, that's about all that we have time for, but first, let's watch Harry pull out these rusty nails with his bare fucking hands. I'm pretty sure the dude is gonna need a tetanus shot right after this. But in any case, I'm Solidus-Skully, keeping new metal, and next time on the Silent Hill Shadow Memories commentary, we'll be taking a deep dive into the school good and proper, so let's just dive in and bust our way in, with nobody stopping us. Anyway, catch you dudes and dudettes later. Bye-bye.